Hi everybody, I'm Matt,
I'm Kelsey.
and this is our van. We are currently in Grampians National Park. It's a couple hours outside of Melbourne in Australia, and it's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm not sure when you guys will watch this video, but it will probably be nighttime for us whenever that is. We are 15 or 16 hours ahead of time back in Pennsylvania right now, and we are excited to answer some of your questions about Australia and about our life here, and hopefully give you guys a little bit of info about the country, which we really love. There were a lot of questions about animals, and animals have been a big part of our traveling so far, so we'll jump in and answer some of those. We have seen many kangaroos. They are about as common as deer are back in Pennsylvania. So you'll see them fairly often, and you'll see a lot in particular areas. Other types of animals that we've seen, we've also seen wallabies, which are like smaller kangaroos, and they're absolutely adorable. They're so cute.
Had one come around while we were eating last night.
Yeah, it's sitting right over there. Also seen wombats, which are also super cute. We see a lot of lizards. Like some are that big, and then we've seen some that are maybe that big. So many birds, kookaburras, which are really cute birds, and they make this really funny laughing sound. Lorikeets, cockatoos. We've seen crocodiles. We saw one small little reef shark. Emus, yeah, which are really funny looking birds. Cassowaries, which are also really funny looking birds. Saw a few platypus. We've seen
Some eagles.
Yeah. They don't have coyotes here, as far as I know, but they do have dingoes, which are like a type of wild dog.
They generally live around beach, sandy areas.
Yeah, we have not seen any so far, though, sadly. Plants. So I haven't seen or eaten a cactus. I'm not sure if they have what we know as a cactus out here. I haven't really seen any so far.
Yeah,
They do?
Mm-hmm.
But the plant life in Australia, it's very diverse, and each different part of the country has a different plant. They have different types of plants, and so some parts of the country it's a rainforest, and so you have really dense plant life, and they get a lot of water, and it's super green. And in other parts of the country, it's really dry, and so it's not as green. It's sort of brown and tan and a bit less green.
A lot of eucalyptus trees, tall trees, and a lot of the forests forests as well. They have forest fires that they need in the dry areas to keep the forest manageable, because the trees need space. So a lot of the trees you see are burned, blackened on the outside, because they have a lot of what they call bushfires here, which are actually helpful to the forest.
The weather. So on average, it is warmer than back home. As you, like, the northern parts of Australia, it gets very, very hot. And up there's also parts of the north are also a tropical climate also, and so it's very warm year-round. And then for a few months every year it rains heavily, and then the rest of the year is relatively dry. But as you go like south through the country, the weather becomes a bit more moderate, and it's not as hot, and doesn't get super cold. So it's a nice comfortable climate. And it rains every so often. Traveling around Australia, we have been to the Great Barrier Reef. We'll put up a map of everywhere we've been in the country so far. But we have been to the Great Barrier Reef, and we scuba dived and snorkeled while we were there. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing fish. That's where we saw the reef shark, and there's sea turtles, and absolutely beautiful.
Saw Nemo,
yeah. We found Nemo. Pretty much our whole time in the country, we have been within an hour or two of the coast, almost the whole time. We did try, at one point, we drove into the outback. Trying to get from one city to another, you have to drive through the outback, and we got like 3 days into the trip, and then our van broke down and we had to turn around and go back. But the outback is really, really cool.
Very hot.
Very hot, but a really special place. There's a town maybe every 3 or 4 hours, and it's just a tiny little town, a gas station and maybe a hotel and one or two stores, and then that's basically it. We've been to many different beaches in Australia. They are pretty different from the Jersey Shore. Like a lot of the beaches have like rugged cliffs right around them, or there's mountains next to them, or there's a forest that comes right up to the sand. So that they're pretty different from the Jersey Shore, but they're beautiful, and they're more similar to the beaches on the west coast of America, more so than the east coast. Other traveling that we've done, before we came to Australia, Kelsey and I both traveled in Southeast Asia, and that's where we actually met. We met in Thailand, and so we were in Southeast Asia for
6 months.
About 6 months, yeah. And on the way to Australia, we saw a lot of ocean. A lot of ocean. It is, from America to Australia, it's about a 24-hour journey, probably. Like, it's a full day of flying. So it's quite a mission to get here and back. Our favorite thing to do in Australia is probably hike.
Yeah.
Like, we spend a lot of our time in national parks, and state forests and things, and we end up hiking a lot of the time. How do we wash our clothes? Which is a good question. Sometimes we will go to a laundromat, or we'll stay at a caravan park which has a washing machine, and we'll do laundry there. And then sometimes we will just fill up this small white bucket that we have and wash them by hand.
And then hang them up on a washing machine, a washing line we have in the van.
Yeah. Yep. And then we'll just drive away and let the wind dry them. Is the van cozy? it is, yes, it is very cozy. And we'll give you guys a quick tour inside to show you around.
Hey guys, so I will give you a bit of a tour of our van. So we cook almost every meal for ourselves, and this is where we cook. We have a propane gas stove, which makes it nice and easy to cook. We keep all of our food in a box here, or in these shelving under here, and this is our cooler that we keep all of our fridge items in. And as you can see, this is our bed. We have a full-size double bed, so it's nice and comfortable. And then we have just sort of storage that we keep everything else in, under the bed, up on the bars. The bed can actually lift up, so we can keep lots of things underneath it. All of our clothes are underneath the bed. And then where do we shower is a question we get quite a lot. And we have this camp shower that you can just fill up and turn on, and it works like this. So it's pretty easy, and it's black, so you can keep it in the sun and it gets nice and warm. This is where we keep our clothes. We just have a box that pulls out, so we have probably a lot less clothes than a lot of people back home would, but it's fairly easy, it's nice and hot, so you don't have to wear that many clothes here. And this area where we are is just your typical campsite. This is what many places we look like, we stay at look like.
What is school like for kids in Australia? Winter at home is summer here. Like when winter happens in the US, it's summer in Australia. So kids have their summer vacation while it's winter back in America. And so they just had their summer vacation recently, and it just finished up a few weeks ago. And I also know that part of their school uniforms is like a hat. It's a hat. And so they all wear these like cool little Australian school hats, because the sun is so strong here, and a lot of people are outside a lot, so just need to stay protected from the sun. The population and size of Australia. The population is 24 million, and the size of the country is roughly the same as America.
So there's a lot less people with the same amount of land.
Yeah, there's less than 1/10 of the population of America here, but almost the same amount of land, and so there's a lot less people. Like there's way more open land. A lot less people, a lot fewer towns and cities and things. So it's a nice country to drive through because it's just so open, and plenty of room for us to park the van and get out and explore. So obviously the Australians speak English, and so you can talk to anybody, but they call certain things a different word than Americans do. So I thought it'd be fun just to sort of give you some of the words that they use for certain things. So trash equals
rubbish.
Trash can equals
rubbish bin.
Candy
is lollies.
Sneakers.
Trainers.
And sunglasses.
Sunnies.
And breakfast.
Brekkie.
McDonald's.
Macca's.
Burger King.
Hungry Jacks.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's fun. Alright guys, well, we hope you have enjoyed hearing a little bit from us about our life, about Australia. We hope we've taught you something about this country.
Hopefully when you get a bit older, you can come here and see it for yourself.
Yeah, it really is a great country. We love it. We're enjoying our time here. and we hope to see you out here one day. Bye guys.